Do you feel like there's one social media platform that gives you your biggest bang for buck?
That's a really broad question, but thank you for it. So the question was, is there one social media platform that'll give you the most bang for the buck? And that is a difficult question to answer because it depends on what your purpose is. So with any marketing you do, you have to know what results you want and the reason you're doing it and the reason behind it. So for example, if your purpose is you want to get more leads, your absolute best bet for lead generation, 100% is going to be LinkedIn. And actually, I should say 277%, because studies have shown that LinkedIn is 277% more effective at lead generation than any of the other social media networks. If you want to do social advertising, Facebook and Twitter is really catching up, but Facebook is having tremendous success because you could do very targeted ads. So I would focus on that. So depending on your purpose, it could be one or many. If you have a business that shows visually very well, then you better be on Pinterest. And you also, there's some other wonderful platforms that are really catching up to the popularity of Pinterest as well that you should look into. So again, if you want to showcase, that's where you should be. So thanks for the question. I hope that answers it.
That's why I look at it that way.
Okay, so the comment from the audience was about separating your personal and your business email on LinkedIn, because there are a lot of people that will contact you and you will get a lot of emails, and a lot of it, you don't want people possibly to have your personal email address. So it's a good, and it looks more professional to have a business email address anyway, especially if it's part of your URL. So if you're .com or .ca or whatever, it just looks more professional to have something like that. Very easy to set up. And after this, if anybody wants to know how to set up an email address through your website, please let Rob or I would be very, very, or Elaine even would be very happy to answer that for you. Okay, yes, next question.
On the topic of websites, your thoughts on that?
Want to start that one, Rob?
Sure. So the question was, you know, starting a website from a template-based thing, like from Weebly, or I'm assuming you've looked at other ones like Wix and things like that. I would recommend doing something using a CMS, something like WordPress. CMS is content management system, and something like that would give you much more control over it. Because eventually, when you grow the business, you're going to want to have more control over it yourself, and you're not going to have the same level of control with those kind of systems. And it's just much more open-ended with WordPress. There's a great community for supporting it. And you're going to have like thousands of different themes you can choose from and plugins. And it's just much easier to make a website like that and completely just vary it, give it your own identity and stuff. You're not going to have the same kind of ability to do that with one of the prepackaged sites. So it's going to be a little bit more of a learning curve, but even with WordPress, it's actually pretty easy to get going than it would be with one of those prepackaged ones. So that's what I would recommend. I just wouldn't recommend, if you do go with one of those things, then you're going to probably want to convert it to like a WordPress site later on anyway, and that's going to cost you a lot of time and money. So the longer you leave it there, the harder it's going to get to bring it out. So yeah, so if you can, I would recommend doing it straight out from using a CMS. So yeah.
Thank you, Rob. Go ahead, Elaine.
Yes, I find if somebody has a Weebly or a Wix website, it's identifiable right away because they all look basically the same. So the advantage of using a WordPress one is you can have a unique looking website and it doesn't have to cost you, because there's so many themes, and a theme can average around $50 to $60. You can get a wonderful theme that might have lots of variety in homepage setups, the blog setups. It's all done for you. And the advantage of a WordPress website is that it's very SEO friendly. It's the most SEO friendly of all the developed, better than Joomla, better than Drupal, any of those.
Yeah. In fact, one of the Google spokespersons had said that Google loves WordPress. And if Google loves anything, we love it.
Yeah, exactly.
We want to be on the front page of Google. So as Elaine said, very SEO friendly. There are so many plugins that you could put in that makes SEO very step-by-step. There are plugins that will help your website be categorized much easier for the search engines, easier found by the search engines. So honestly, definitely something to look into. And Elaine had said you can get themes for $50 to $60. You can get a lot of free themes too, and then upgrade your theme later. But just get your website out, get it started, but definitely do it on WordPress. It'll take you just a little bit more time, but in the long run, it's well
It'll
worth
save
it.
you a lot of time.
Yeah. It'll save you a lot of time and money in the long run for sure, and you could do a lot with it.
I had a question, I guess, about SEO and about keywords.
Okay, so the question was regarding keywords, and somebody from the audience is using a marketing company that has given him a list of 25 keywords, and he just wants to know if there's a way to verify if they're good keywords or not. There's a few things to keep in mind when you're using keywords. One of them is you definitely want to look at the high traffic keywords, for one, because you want to make sure that the keywords are being used and that people are doing the search. There's a number of searches per day. But the second thing you want to look at is what the competition's doing, because if you have a keyword that maybe gets 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 hits per day, each and every day throughout the year, which is wonderful, but then you've got like 3,000 competitors competing for the same keyword, and you're just starting out, you do not want to compete head-on with those competitors because you're going to get drowned out very, very quickly. So a smart strategy is to ask that company, that marketing company, are the keywords high traffic keywords? Are they local traffic keywords? Because are the keywords for keywords across Canada and the US? Is it for Ontario? Is it for Hamilton? Like, depending on what you want to dominate. And most people, local marketing is very, very effective online. Because studies have shown that most people will purchase from businesses that are local to them first. So you want to find out where they got the research from in that regard. You also want to look at how many competitors are using the keywords, and you also want to look at the commercialization of the keywords. So commercialization of the keywords is, are they converting? Are people searching those keywords, and are they actually making a purchasing decision from it? Now, one way that you could verify for free is by signing up for, if you have a Google account, you want to sign up for Google AdWords, and you want to sign up for an AdWords account, and you can do a free keyword search through AdWords. And very quickly, you'll be able to see, in comparison to what they gave you, what's coming up. And it's a very good way to verify that. Did either of you have anything to add?
No, that's exactly the right thing to be doing, is using Google AdWords to do that. The other place you can look, actually, is Amazon. That's another good spot to check for keywords.
Amazon's a very big search too.
You just search in the Amazon for that, and it will come up with the searches for the number of searches for that.
There's another one I like. It's called.
So let's say it's in books, or it's in whatever. It's in electronics or whatever, and the keyword will come up.
People search that
keyword
on Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay.
YouTube is the second largest search engine right now, so try it on
Yes.
YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Another one I like that's free as well is called keywordtool.io. It will give you over 700 suggestions, and it gives you. Sure.
I attended something today, and they were saying that if you have a website, it should be mobile friendly.
Absolutely.
So that it shows up on tablet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So the question from the audience was that your website should be mobile friendly and that it's important. And absolutely cannot agree more. And as a matter of fact, today, so very good timing for that question, because today Google announced that as of April 26th, I believe, is the exact date that they will be giving what I like to call SEO juice, SEO power, to sites that are mobile friendly. So if your website is not mobile friendly, or it's not customizable where it automatically adapts to the platform it's on, you will lose Google points for that. So, and we all want to please Google because we love Google, and Google's the power. So Definitely, you want to do everything you can to make sure that you're mobile friendly. And most people are making buying decisions and purchases off cell phones, so it's going to give you a lot more potential customers if you do have a mobile friendly site. So does anybody have anything to add to that?
Yeah, it's just called being responsive, and it just means it's adaptable. So just in case you hear that term. So.
Yes, if you do decide to do a WordPress website and you want a theme, you just type in responsive theme, and then up will come all the ones that are responsive, which are the ones that automatically resize for a tablet and a smartphone.
Yeah. Okay, we had a few more questions regarding.
Just regarding that, if you are looking at a theme, you can usually tell if it's responsive or not by just making it as thin as possible, and it will usually reshuffle itself into a mobile site.
So the comment from the audience was that if you have, if you go on any website, if basically you click on an end of it and you drag it in to make it thin, you could tell if it starts adapting to that size, if it's responsive or not, based on how it reacts to that. Okay, question back here. Oh, the question's gone. Question over here.
Actually, City here recommended to me that if you're going to get something that's adaptive and it's for mobile sites, also get your phone number put on there so that they just have to touch it and it'll dial.
Absolutely. Okay, so the comment from the audience was that you should also put your phone number on, if you're going to get a responsive site, you should also put a phone number that's clickable, so people, when they click on it, it automatically will dial out if they're using it on a mobile device. And anything like that that you can do, always think of it as, what can I do to make this a customer-friendly experience? The more things you add on your website that's going to be customer-friendly, the better response you're going to get, the more Google juice you're going to get, and it's a customer experience. You want customers to be on your site for as long as possible, which again is going to give you SEO juice, because they see how long people are on your site. You don't want people bouncing off your site, because people bounce off your site, you lose Google juice. So you want to keep people on your site. You want to make it very user-friendly, and you want them to find you, and you want them to call you.
To like your company page, can
You invite them. You invite them to like your page, your company page.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook will actually do it for you if you have your email addresses. If you add in your email addresses from any of your major email accounts into Facebook, Facebook will send out an invitation to everybody for you.
Oh, okay.
For free?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
But again, you have to comply with the castle rules, because you're still sending out an email that's unsolicited. So you just have to make sure that they are people you have connected with previously that wouldn't mind getting an email invitation through Facebook from you.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Because I've got lots of people I don't know, right? They just.
Then I would be very careful with that.
These people they don't know you. So you delete those guys, but probably half of them did click.
And you can put up, of course, you just put up general posts that say, please, hey everybody, I have a, and the good thing is when you're announcing that you have a business page, you want to tell people what they can get out of it and what to do with it. Because remember, we're always telling people what to do. We're always some kind of call to action. Hey everybody, I've got a Facebook page, a business page up. Come like it. I'm going to be sharing information on blah, 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 blah. And then your first post on your business Facebook page, hey everybody, this page is going to be about this. This is what you can expect from me, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Remember, so always keep your audience entertained and interested. Always make the promises about what you're going to do to make it worth their while to like your page and join your page. The question from the audience was about optimal times on social media where you should be posting and what's over too much posting or what's not enough posting. And there's been a lot of studies on that, and there's two things that I've learned very quickly, just through my own experience and through what the top marketers are saying. And basically the consensus is that they do a lot of stats and stuff to find out the time people are more active, but it's inaccurate per industry or per person or per location. So the best thing anybody could ever do is post at different times during the day, post different types of content, and everything has analytics now. Facebook has their own analytics, Twitter's got analytics, Google Analytics. You could put all your stuff on there. You could set up a Hootsuite account and follow their analytics. And what you want to do is monitor. It doesn't take long to click on analytics, and you want to see, when are people sharing the most? When are people getting my posts the most? What time are people the most active? And you'll start to see patterns. And once you see the patterns, that's what you want to start focusing on, because it's crazy. Because I've read some studies that have shown Friday, Saturday nights, because people are off work and they have more time to engage or blah. But then I've read other posts that said 7 in the morning, because that's when people want to get it out of the way. So you know what? You do what's best for you. Follow your analytics, test market it yourself, and you'll quickly be able to tell.